Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Southern Iowa and our last field of soybeans for the year. Getting dang close to done with harvest here, and the last thing I've got is to do is the pumpkin patch for this corn, which is an absolute mess. You guys will get to see that joy that's going to happen here. Right now, I have a custom haul truck coming to take a load of beans to the river. Jake just got back from unloading the beans into the grain bin, which we're going to here just shortly. Because Clint's going to be there to get things set up to start rehydrating these soybeans. Welcome back. We're glad to have you. And hit the thumbs up button for me and let me know if you're a farmer and you're done with harvest. How long ago did you get done?
Let's see if I could eat some bean dust first thing in the morning.
Thinking I'm getting close to, yeah, I probably got enough for him. It's actually going to work pretty decently because Clint's going to be at the bins in about 15-20 minutes. It's going to take me 20 minutes to get there, and Jake's got some things to do. We need fuel at the combine, so a shutdown for an hour is not going to hurt us. So when you guys are dumping on the go, do you like just try and dump in the middle first, or do you like try and fill the front and then work your way backwards? Like, dumping in the middle makes it easy, but then I always seem to have a hard time getting the front filled after I dump in the middle. It seems like it's way easier for me to fall backwards than it is to try and run up towards the front. I don't know. I mean, that's a decent sized grain cart, so we usually get to having a truckload without much of an issue.
Not 100% sure, but I think last year with this cart, Scott had got Kevin's stack, so I think that's why Ben had the auger folded up a little bit.
So we're putting everything on paper, 53,140. We have this thing, but this thing sucks in my opinion. And it's like, it sucks. Need to have something that goes to an iPad or something like that that's way more user-friendly than that stupid thing. Like, that thing is freaking a dinosaur. I don't know, what do you guys use? It's like we'll paper log it, and it'd be nice to have an iPad, you know, keep track of things a little more friendly. All right, you guys can go check out the GrainVue system. I'm gonna go hop in the combine. So Clint, back down here, the GSI GrainVue system has been installed. Clint, you want to explain what the GrainVue system is for people that might not know?
Yeah, the GrainVue system is a monitoring system that goes on your grain bin. We can monitor cables, temperature and or moisture cables inside the bin. This bin actually also has CO2 monitoring that we can monitor the headspace inside the bin. And the fan control module that we see here at the ground actually automates the fans. So we can turn the fans on when it's beneficial for the grain, whether we're trying to take moisture out of the grain, whether we're trying to just take temperature in and out, or potentially with this soybean bin that Ben's gonna have this year, he may wanna rehydrate some soybeans, and so we have that option as well.
Tell me a little bit more about the O2 sensor.
So the CO2 sensor plugs into our communication hub up top, and that sensor is kind of a protector for the entire grain mass, right? If the grain's starting to go out of condition, the grain will start to emit CO2. A sensor can pick up that incline of CO2. It can alert you when it hits those different thresholds as a warning obviously the cables are in the bin, but sometimes that spot potentially that is going out of condition is away from those cables, right? And so that CO2 sensor is kind of a cover-all for the entire bin and pick that information up way before potentially a cable could.
Explain what has to be on the bin and what you need on a site to actually turn around and customize each one of the bins.
Obviously, you've had your first GrainVue system here, what, 2 or 3 years ago at least. And when that system got installed, it got what I call a site gateway. And that site gateway communicates with all these components around the site. So once we have that site gateway, we then can add these different components on different bins to be able to communicate back through that. So not only is that gateway monitoring your first bin and GrainVue system that you put up here a few years ago, it now monitors this new bin.
Since this bin's getting full, we're going to actually go put this into basically rehydration mode. It's also something that's changed with GrainVue this year, is there's actually programs for the rehydration program. You want to explain that?
We try to make it easier for the users such as yourself and others that have the GrainVue system. We want to have a mode that's called rehydration so that it's obviously going to pull that information from the cable, takes that information and says, hey, this is the moisture of the grain we have in the bin. You program in a target moisture that you want. And then from there, it'll auto-populate that moisture window for what's suggested to add moisture back to it.
What are the other modes that GrainVue has?
Yeah, we have drying mode. So obviously like a natural air drying mode for if you were going to put wetter grain in here and just, you know, take moisture out with just fans. We have a low temp drying moisture mode, which the guys that have fans and low temp burners, they can use those and automate that system to take the moisture out with fans and low temp burners. Obviously the rehydration, and then we also have a storage mode. So the storage mode is when you get the moisture where you want it in the bin and you're ready to go into winter storage and or adding a temperature potentially in spring or summer if you're going to be storing the grain for a long period of time. It looks at the grain temperature inside the bin and either cools it down or warms it up for whatever you want to do, and we'll automatically do that as well without screwing up the moisture of the grain inside the bin.
So now the bin's making me money.
Bingo, that's right.
But this bogey wheel was low on oil. The bogey wheel was low on wheel.
Low on wheel. It was low on that.
Yeah, that. I'm not sure if it's actually 30 weight in there or not.
But it's quad track stuff.
But it's quad track stuff. You can just use the C. It's labeled. It's good now.
Who was it gets to crawl underneath there? Check the rest of it. In the bean field stubble bean field.
Well, I was gonna wait till it's on the road. All the other ones on the outside look good.
Lighting's on wrong thing. Combine finisher. Turn this whole rig around, boys.
I just work here, Andrew.
I'm the cinematic director.
Checked and verified. Inside bogey wheels, good. If they do not have an off-road creeper, we should figure out how to build one.
You know what we ought to do is put little drill battery motors on it, and we can power it with DeWalt batteries or something, and it can be like pull you in there and back you out.
An RC creeper.
There we go. That could be our ticket to retirement.
Sorry, Ben. Andrew and I have winter projects.
Yep.
We're gonna need your shop.
We're taking off next week. Hopefully we're done.
We gotta retire soon.
Yeah.
I'm
I'm
too
already
old.
tired. I just need to get the reap.
So back in the field from visiting with Clint there, getting some fuel in. The CO2 parts per million is right there on the readout. So there's the two that you can see up there. Yep, my one bin's 12.3. So rehydrating this year, not gonna really have to do. That's really kind of a surprise. We have 11.9 and 12.3 average moisture in there for beans. That's pretty dang good if you ask me. But that CO2 sensor, I really think that that's something that guys are going to want to consider, especially if you have a GrainVue system already on your farm. That's a super simple, quick way to check in on your grain. Make sure nothing bad's going by. It's like the parts per million will go up. You can turn the fan on, get that bad spot cooled down or whatever quickly, and man, I really don't know why you wouldn't want to have one of those in each one of your bins, just to sit there and monitor and say, yeah, everything's okay, especially now that it's wireless. So get some fuel, get back to cutting some soybeans.
At the bins, got loaded at the field, come back here with a loaded truck, pulled up, swing the hopper, in one video where I like to unload the back hopper first, but in this situation where we have to pull clear up to the back hopper to swing the auger, I'll unload the front hopper, so that way when I'm empty, I'm already up. I don't have to pull back up to swing the hopper out.
Well, it's 6 o'clock, it's dark and feels like midnight. Feeling has crept its way in. I do have some footage that I found up you guys can go see, because obviously the GoPro does me no more good here tonight, and I'll pick up with you guys first thing in the morning. Oh, figured might do a clip here of if you guys watched and remembered building the sprayer trailer this spring. I'm gonna break it down and see how easy or difficult this is for us to do. Should be basically able to unbolt everything, carry them in. All the way in?
Yeah. That'll work. And just like that, it's back to being a flatbed.
Got 30 acres here left in this field. Haul truck should be here in a big hour. I got to pick him another 20,000 pounds. So something that's cool about the Aguilar monitor, which I hadn't talked about, or which I did on deleted footage, but you can go from bushels to weight here. So I'll just kind of watch that. I can look at the scales of the cart, but until you put the grain on the cart, you don't know if you have enough. So if, say, in an instance needs 3,000 or 4,000 pounds, I can call the cart back in when I get to the 3,000 or 4,000 pounds to put onto the cart. Golly, that was really hard to explain this morning, wasn't it? Did you guys get that? Basically, I can know when I have enough grain to get the load for the semi that's coming. We'll see you guys in the mess of a corn harvest. Last video. Adios.